Welcome to the Dankest Dungeon. Let's paint some magic cards. I haven't done one of these videos for a while, so if you're out of the loop, Commander Time is where I slowly paint my entire Golos Commander deck to be Adventure Time themed. In the last episode that I filmed for this, I mentioned that I was going to paint all 9 basic islands in my deck at once. Turns out that this was a major motivation killer. In the time since, I have actually reduced the number of islands in the deck down to 6, but painting 6 islands at once still wasn't very appetizing to me. So for this episode, I'll be painting 3 of those islands and knocking out the other 3 in a separate video down the line. So I looked around the internet looking for island artwork from Adventure Time, and this one really stood out to me. So the first one I'm going to do is this island shaped like a woman. I think it looks really cool and will make a really interesting island for my deck. So I made a little rough sketch here and we're going to move on to painting. First step is to lay down all the base colors. I'm going to start with the body, or in this case the sand, doing a tan, moving on to the green for the forests, blue for the waters, and I'm just going to keep going color by color until I have just one coat down on all the colors. Once we're fully coated, we're going to go back through and do it all again, really solidifying those colors and making them as opaque as possible. And there we go. Now I'm going to come through and do some highlights. Start with the yellows on the forest, do some waves around the outside of the island. And of course we can't forget her face, 2 little dots for the eyeballs, and a little pink smiley face. Now it's time for some line work. Sometimes I'll do this with a micron pen, sometimes I'll do it with a brush. I'm doing it with a brush here. And once that's done, we have to add some palm trees, starting with the little brown trunks, and then adding the green foliage on top. And as you see here, I'm taking out the micron pen, doing some final detail work, adding my signature, and she is done. Next island is going to be kind of a cityscape off in the distance. Lots of sea below and lots of sky above. Going to try out something a little new here. One of my family members was nice enough to buy me these paint markers and I haven't tried them out yet. We're going to start with the sky and I like how they work. It's a lot like using a brush, just with a marker. Go ahead and add to the sea, try the marker out again on the clouds. The only problem I've found with the marker so far is that it's kind of hard with the big tip on it to get really close to where the bar at the top and the bar at the bottom are. Other than that, they're really good. They laid on the color very nicely and very flat, like not lumpy, which is important. As you can see, I added a little more detail to the sky there, some darker strips. Now I'm coming back through to the water, adding some lighter tones as well as some darker tones. And it's time for the marker. I'm going to come through, outline everything that I think needs an outline. And then do a little more shading with the paint, add my signature, and it's ready to go. Okay, last one for the day is going to be a nice little cove with some high cliffs. Got some choppy water there at the bottom, some little rocks on the shore. Adding my base coats, starting with the sky, moving down to the cliffs. When I get down to the beach, I'm going to pull out another marker and give that a go again. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with these. Moving on to the water. And going back in for round 2. And then we're going to start adding some highlights and shadows into the cliff face. Same thing for the water, doing some crests of the waves. And then pulling out the micron pen to add some additional detail. There we go, that's number 3, and we are all done for the day. Thank you for joining me, and if you like this kind of content, please do like and subscribe, check out my other videos, and have a great day.